injured. And so the starter calling them back.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the
Procedure, everyone. What's the procedure?
Wait. Calm down.
Five-time Canadian champion and the top Canadian this year, Aaron Brown of Canada, lining up in this final. And
You do not want to miss this final. There's a world final on the line in the 200 meters.
What's good? What's good? Welcome back to another episode of Kingsley TV. My name is Aaron Kingsley Brown, and I post videos about the track and field experience and my life as a professional sprinter. So if you vibe with that, consider hitting that subscribe button and join me on the way to 10,000 subscribers. Today's video is part 3 of my reaction series to the World Championships in Eugene, and today we're doing the 200 meters, the final installment of the 3-part series. If you haven't seen the 4x1 reaction, that was the first one I did. Go ahead and check that one out. I'll post that one right here for you to check out after this video. And if you haven't seen the 100-meter reaction, I'll post that right here as well. Add those to the lineup for you to watch after this video. I promise they're worth a watch. And if you have seen them, welcome back. Alright, so I'm gonna make this video even shorter than the last two, so we're gonna jump right into it. But before we start, if you can smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, I'd really appreciate that. Help me on the way to 10,000 subscribers, and without any more waiting, it's time to react. Sorry, normally I'm facing the other way and then we switch to the computer and then I spin over and we zoom into the camera, but this time I'm already starting here. Anyways, let's get into it.
And the second Canadian in the field, Aaron Brown, in lane number 5.
So 200 meters, I just finished up running the 100. I had a little bit of rest. I'm ready to get back into it. This is my primary event, the event that most people know me for. I was 6th in Tokyo in last year's Olympic Games. If you haven't seen my reaction to my 200 meter series from that meet, you can check that one out right here after this video. But I'm feeling pretty good. You know, I've run 20:03 to this point, so I'm ranked pretty high, especially considering that a lot of people ahead of me are American. They could only have 4 people. So I like my chances to at least make the finals and then mix it up. You never know what could happen when you get in there. So I'm looking to do better things than I did in the 100, where I finished 8th. Let's see how we fare out in the prelims. So see the field here. I'm in lane 5, world ranking number 5, so I'm up there. Salute to the crowd. Nice crowd again. Came out to show some love for the boys. 200 was one of the most highly anticipated events of the championships because of the trash talk between Noah Lyles and Arian Knighton.
Don't forget who's the world champion.
I do what it takes to win. And Arian got the best of me on the turn. I ain't worried about that. I saw him reach his top speed and I said mine is faster. That's how I'm gonna catch him. It's just gonna take the whole rest of the 100. And that's what I did.
Just come back and win. Job not finished. It's never finished.
Man, I was in the race and even I wanted to see. Honestly, they did a really good job at building up the hype and what happened after trials. Let's see how this plays out. We're in the blocks here. And if you've seen this race before, you know exactly what happens next, but let's run the tape. There me in lane 5 set, bang. So there I am on the ground, watching everybody run past me, and I'm thinking, oh my God, my championships are over just like that. Like, I was literally thinking they weren't gonna call it back. I had no idea what had happened. Let's see the replay here. My blocks just completely slipped back. I don't know what happened. It's routine that I put my blocks down, I stamp them in every time. I don't know if like I just forgot. I don't know if they just had dull pins or what, but like they rushed me back into the block. So you see me here setting my blocks. They're like, hurry up, take a start and then get right behind your blocks again. And so I literally took a start. As soon as I take one step, they're like, hey, get back, because they don't want me to drive out, right? But like anybody who does a start, you can't just do one step. You need to like actually come out. Like you can see right there, she's talking to me and I'm doing my best to hurry up. I know TV time is running and time is money with TV time. And you know they don't mess around with TV time, especially NBC. They pay a lot of money for this primetime spot. But as soon as I took a step out, they're like, get back, get back. And then she's yelling at me right now, hurry up and get back. Meanwhile, my quad is cramping, okay? Because I kind of hyperextended it a little bit. I didn't really have time to like process everything. So I'm thinking like, am I hurt? Should I pull out? Should I go easy? Should I keep running? Should I just set my blocks? I got her yelling at me. I got my mind trying to refocus on the heat. it was just this chaos, man. But I refocused. I told myself, all right, we're just gonna take it out conservatively because I was scared my blocks were gonna slip again. I didn't know if it slipped because they were bad player blocks. I wanted to have someone stand on them, but I don't think they're allowed to at the World Championship level. So I just pinned them down and said, all right, let's just get to this heat. Let's just qualify top 2 and we're good. So there I get out, and it looks like I get out pretty good because the guy outside of me wasn't that fast, but honestly, I didn't really go anywhere. You can see Izuka on my inside ate me up, and I'm like in 4th or 5th off the turn. You know, Dream Richards, I knew he was going to be one of the toughest guys out there because he's ran 19.8, so I didn't even bother with him. I just let him have it. But I ran down Sean Masugani, who I believe got hurt after this, so I hope he's all good. But I did what I had to do to pass everybody. I think I ran 20.6, so one of the slowest auto qualifiers, but hey, I did what I had to do to qualify. That's the name of the game, is to survive in advance, and I took that literally. But you can see the Canadian broadcast and let them give their recollection of what happened, because I'm sure the Canadians watching back home are like, oh my God, our guy is gone.
Predicted though that Aaron Brown's blocks would become dislodged from the track. You're seeing the Instagram video right now. Aaron Brown pushing off the blocks. You can only imagine what the 30-year-old must have been thinking, getting ready for that race, Anastasia, and those blocks become unhinged. They reset the race, and then they have to go off, and Aaron Brown was able to compose himself and punch a ticket into the semifinal. But Anastasia, you've competed at the highest level. I can't imagine what that situation would have been like. Now they get set, they have to refocus, and Aaron Brown did say, Anastasia, that he had a bit of a cramp. You can imagine the pressure when you're pushing out of the block. So we'll see how he is tonight. He's in the third and final semifinal heat.
Honestly, that is nightmare material. I mean, you visualize for, quite honestly, hours and hours and hours, and for something so freaky to happen like that. Let's just show the Instagram video one more time. I mean, at least Aaron can laugh about it, right? With the little dog in the firehouse saying, you know, everything's okay, and I guess kind of faking it till he makes it. But I mean, wily veteran, right? Aaron Brown, he's a big game racer, obviously just the consummate professional, but oh, that is nightmare material, Devin.
I love what you said there, Anastasia, about being the wily veteran. At 30 years old, Aaron Brown has been there, done that. He's a 10-time national champion. Maybe earlier in his career, he wouldn't have been able to compose himself to get right back in the blocks and shoot off and get into the semifinal. But he says he's feeling so comfortable. And like I said, to start this thing in this sweltering heat in Hayward Field, it's going to be about staying cool, calm, and collected. That'll be the key here tonight.
Aaron Brown, with that beaming smile, is moving on to the finals.
All right, so the prelims are out of the way. I was able to recover, get through it relatively unscathed. Like I said, my quad was still cramping. Had a little bit of a muscle strain there. We got it checked out by Patty, the team doctor. He said it's okay. There's a little bit of something in there, but I'm not even hearing that. That's in one ear and out the other. He's like, oh yeah, I think you're good to run the next round. And I'm not concerned about that. And in my head, I'm thinking, there was never a thought in my mind that I wasn't gonna run, okay? Like, you could tell me whatever you want. I'm getting on that track. You know, I'm not gonna let a little block slip hold me back from getting into the next round and getting into the finals. But anyways, he cleared me and we refocused, put that behind me. Next round up, let's go. So see your boy out in lane 8, Z on my inside from China, Uyama in 6, Tort 2 and 5, Knighton in 4, Rashid Dwyer in 3, Martinez in 2, and Law in lane 1. You see that intro right there? I did this. You know, I was supposed to be like the usher, the watch this. But I got a little nervous and backed off last minute because I didn't practice in the mirror. It's kind of a spur of the moment thing. I'm like, should I do it? Should I not? I did it kind of halfway, and I don't really think anybody really noticed. Either that or it just didn't have an effect because I didn't really see anybody say anything, but that's what that was. Obviously, the class of this field is Arian Knighton. He's the world leader at this point. Ran 19.4, which is next level insane. Just crazy. He ran that in like April. He ran 19.6 at trials, so you know, still in really good shape. But other than that, I'm thinking, okay, the rest of the field is respectable, but there's no reason why I can't come top 2 and make it to this final. I got a good lane draw. I'm outside lane 8. I just got to run away from people and hope I get off the turn and I don't see anybody. So guns up, bow. You see, I drove out really, really hard this time. You know, I didn't play any games like I did in the first round where I didn't get out at all. But aside from Knighton, you know, I'm right up there in second place. And at this point, I'm thinking, okay, we got it. We got it in the bag. Just cruise it on home. And then all of a sudden, I see Tort 2 on my inside at the last second. So I'm like, uh-oh. And I lean. You know, I took it off the gas a bit too much and thought I was closer to Knighton than I was. And that allowed Tort 2 to come back. And he has a crazy finish like we saw at the Olympics in his 4x1 relay anchor.
That was the finish of a lifetime from Tortu.
But man, that was a close call. And at that point, I'm thinking, oh my God, did I do enough? Did I run fast enough? I'm thinking I'm closer than I am. He ran 1977, so I think I ran like 19.9. Nope. So I'm waiting for my fate. It says world under 20 record, but it's not. He ran 19.4, like we already know. It's just because it hasn't been ratified yet. And then they zoom in on me, and that face right there, people thought it's because I saw Area Knight run fast. No, it's because I saw on the clock that I ran 2010, and Tortu ran 2010, and I just barely made it into the finals. And we were the last heat, so I was able to see what it took to qualify, and I knew that time would not auto qualify. So unfortunately for Tortu, who's a really nice guy, shout out to Tortu, he didn't make it to the final by 1/100th of a second, and it was a really, really close call. Would have liked to not let it come down to that. It was like 0.003, and yeah, I was like, man, I pulled it off again, made it into the final, did what I had to do to get there, man, to give myself a chance to get on the podium. To do that, you have to at least be in the final. Please check that off. You can see Knighton again looking smooth. That boy runs confident, man. He looks good. You can see me there on the outside. I start to see Tortu a little bit with my peripherals, and I'm like, okay, lean. Look over, I'm like, ooh, where'd he come from? I thought he was long gone. But I did enough to get into the final, so it is what it is. And I made this reel on my Instagram that got 1.4 million views, so people really liked it. People could relate, or at least thought it was funny. But anyways, I'm in my second consecutive World Championship final, third major final in a row, including Tokyo 2020, and looking to do better in this final. And then you can see all who had advanced. You got 3 Americans, Jareem from Trinidad, Ogando, who ran another national record in his semifinal, Fambele from Liberia, and then Adams from South Africa. So I'm there representing the Maple Leaf, trying to hold it down for the country and do what I gotta do to make sure Canada's represented in these sprint finals. On to the finals.
Haywood Field is ready to see an epic World Championship men's 200-meter final.
All right, finals time, ready to rumble. We had a day off between the semifinal and the finals. I showed you guys the Nike hospitality in my 100-meter reaction video, and that is where I spent the majority of my day on my day off, just recovering. I went to the smoothie room, the nutrition room, got a nice recovery smoothie. I went to the recovery room, got in the Normatec boots. I even stopped by in the meditation room, sat there in a little bit of quiet just to be there with my thoughts, decompress, you know, really take my mind off of things and get ready for this final, man, because this is gonna be race number 6. This is one of the big moments I was looking for ever since Tokyo 2020. After I step off the track, running the 200, being heavily disappointed. So we'll see if we do any better here. Once again, great crowd. This is one of the hotly anticipated events of the championships, especially be on home soil. They have a really good chance to sweep, good shot of the medals that we're all competing for. And once again, your boy's in lane 8. So I'm out there representing the Maple Leaf, you know what I'm saying? Throwing up the X, homage to the Canadians from back in the day. Let's go. Got Fambele in 7, big closer. Of course, no allows, doing a spirit bomb, feeding off the crowd. He's a showman, man, so he likes to feed off crowd noise and all that, get everybody going. Training partner, Kenny, lane 5, looking to repeat what he did in Tokyo, show he's not a fluke. Ogando, he's confident, man. He's been running national records every round, so he feels like he's got a good shot. New guy on the scene. Of course, Arian, one of the favorites in lane 3. Tough lane draw for him being on the inside, see what he could do. Jareem, another one of the top guys, down in lane 2, which sucks for him, bad lane draw. And then Adams down to 1, again, bad lane draw. Very tight for them. So everybody's focused. You hear a pin drop. It's one of the most nerve-wracking times, man. You're just there with your thoughts, waiting for them to release you. You're like, okay, repeating over and over in your head what you have to do, rehearse in your mind, visualize what you're about to do when the gun goes off, and then finally they tell you on your marks, and it's all right, robotic, down to business. Guns up, pow. So look at that gap between me and Joe. I get the heck out. And what surprised me, again, was Noah. Look how hard he took that curve, and then he's gone. Oh my God, he's gone. This is just insane. Like, he is literally on a different planet from the rest of us. Here at 1932, I did not expect to see that. That's by far the fastest race I've ever been in. Before that, it was 1950 by, you guessed it, Noah. I'm tired of getting bombs dropped on my head, man. I'm sick of it. Like, I finished 7th, so I was 6th in Tokyo and 6th in Doha. Earned 20.1 in those races and 20.1 again. So there he just found out he broke the record, because originally it said 1932 and he thought he tied it, and then he saw he broke it and ripped his jersey like Superman. I ain't gonna lie. If I ran 1930, I would do the exact same thing. So a lot of people think, oh my God, he's doing too much. But bro, trust me, you run that fast, you can do whatever you want. You can run around butt naked for all I care. There he is with his family. That's dope, man. Josephus, his brother, who's also a sprinter, there to support him. Love to see that. Family support and all that good stuff. Overall, for me, I ran a really good curve, and that's been my thing. I've been setting it up really well. I've been on good pace, and I did that in Tokyo too. But the problem is when I have bangers who are also setting up their race really well, I get off my zone, I get off my rhythm, and once you do, it's hard to get it back. You know, you're not running these people down. Once they're accelerating, there's not much you can do. You become a victim at that point, right? Like you're just trying to minimize the damage. And down the straightaway, when I got to like 150, and Joe was really making his move, who also ran 19.8, big run for him. It feels like you're going in slow motion. It honestly feels like you're going backwards. It's a terrible feeling to be in. You want to feel like you're accelerating to the line, not struggling, like fighting to get there. There you see Michael Johnson, have him in the building, do it on US soil, breaking his record. That's pretty cool, man. That's a good moment. And then he loves his anime, so there he goes with this Kamehameha. He Kamehameha the entire field. So watch this replay, you see me out there in 8. And I get out, man. I get out really, really well. Knighton's a really good curve runner, so he was out as well. Made up ground on Ogando and Kenny as well. Kenny was in second. I was probably in like 3rd, 4th-ish with Arian. And then right around here, I become a victim, man. Everyone just takes off. And look at Noah. He's just high-stepping, man, all the way through the line. No one's within an area code of him. He is gone. That's crazy. The rest of the race was like pretty tight for those medals. Like, look at him. He's eating up Sager. Right by Joe. And then right by me. And you see Kenny was close, and then goodbye. You let Noah lead it off the curve, oh my goodness. He's just smooth with it. Big difference between what he looked like here and what he looked like in Doha. In Doha, he barely won. You know, he ran 19.8, didn't look like himself, but I guess he's figured out how to run the rounds because he was on demon time. I can't even lie. He ran 19.9 in the first round, Euro stepping across the line, 19.6 in the semi, and then 19.3. Oh my gosh. He came ready, man, and he came with a plan. You know, he didn't double, dropped 100. That's something I would consider doing again next year if that's gonna get me to where my goal is. Did in Tokyo and I didn't get there, so I thought, hey, let's try the double again. That didn't work, and I don't think it's because of fatigue, honestly. Obviously, I was banged up a little bit, especially my block slipping, my quad cramping, but I had a really good plan involved. My sleep was good, my recovery was good, my physio team was good, my mentals were good. It's just the execution part of it, man. I gotta learn how to be at my absolute best in the biggest moments, and that's where I'm struggling. Look at me crossing the line, I'm like falling across, and it's just it ain't good, it ain't good. But this is why we do this, man. We eat my broccoli. It's a saying, we like to say on Kingsley TV on this channel, where you watch the stuff that you don't necessarily want to, that's tough to watch. It's always fun to watch the gold medal reaction like in the 4x1. But watching stuff like this is necessary, and it's how it's gonna make me better. That's Field of the Fire. Look at that, man. All 3 US flags, and then they show the 100. I had front row seats for that one too. Trayvon, Fred, and Curly. And then now you got Noah, Arian, and Kenny. Tired of seeing US flags. Cut it off, man. Tired of seeing US flags. I want to see a Canadian flag, and not just from Andre. When Andre goes down, and even if he's there, I want to be up there too. That is my dream. That is my goal. That is my mission. Now I will not stop. I will do everything in my power to make that come true in these next couple years. You know, there's more world championships. There's more opportunities. So as tough as it is to watch this and think, damn, another opportunity going, I know there's more, and that's what I'm going to focus on. Just tunnel vision towards that. You never get too high, never too low. Did hurt at that time, and it was tough to bounce back and get ready for the relay, but I knew we had a chance to win, and as you saw in the reaction, that's exactly what happened, and that wouldn't have happened if I was sulking and feeling bad for myself. So I just dusted my shoulders off, said, we'll get it back. This one sucks, take it on the chin, but we'll be back, and we'll be back.
Was it Aaron Brown who lost his footing? Let's have another look. Yes, look at the blocks move.
Yo, it's your boy. Just finished up the 200, and that is the end of my double journey. Ran the 100, 200, ran 6 races. Familiar feeling, man, of being so close to what I want, but not close enough. I'm gonna figure this out, man. I'm gonna figure it out. I got sick of this feeling of being so close, being excited for the opportunity and falling short, being so close to my dreams and everything that I trained for, only for it to just not come true when it's right there. But I'm proud of myself, and I'll never quit. This is what being an athlete's all about, man. These moments right here by the stadium, soaking it all in, is what's gonna fuel my fire. This is gonna keep me motivated. I'm gonna remember these moments every day in the off season, man. And we got 3 champs in a row, man. 2023, Hungary, got the Olympics in Paris, and then Tokyo 2025. So it's more opportunities. I'm gonna be back on a stage like this, ready to go. But for now, I got the relay coming up, so I gotta rest up, get ready for that. But I just want to take a moment to reflect, see how far I've come. Tell myself that I'm proud, but stay hungry, stay motivated, keep going. You have more to give. It's not over yet. And I appreciate everybody that supports me. I really want to come through for my family, come through for my fans, come through for my country, my support team, my coach, my agent, physios, everybody, sports psych, all of them put in so much work. They all believe in me, and one day, we all know what's potentially out there for me will come. I truly believe. I won't stop. But all right, gotta get to bed. Time for this relay, baby. Let's finish this thing out.
Won Olympic silver medals in the relay in Tokyo, twice in world championship competition with bronze.
So you just saw my post-race reflection from the stadium. Stark difference between that post-race reflection and the one I did after the 4x1. One I'm really happy, one I'm obviously devastated and disappointed. Rightfully so, man. Sometimes you gotta feel the pain. That's what's gonna propel you to work harder, motivate you every day to work harder, and get back out there even stronger. So I'm never gonna be better if I just focus on only the things I do right. You also have to reflect, eat your broccoli, and focus on getting better and improving. So key takeaways, man, I have to be better running this last 100 meters in the 200, man. I have great positioning coming off the curve, and I think I've gotten away from running my really good 2-2 zones, which is 20 meters before the 100 meters and 20 meters after, what my coach teaches. You have to really spin and get good turnover to whip you down in the last 100, and that's something that's been missing, man, because I set it up really well. At the route 120, 130, I'm in it, and then after that, I become a victim. I overstride, I stop striking underneath me, I'm landing and decelerating, and I'm not accelerating, going towards the line, and my deceleration, everyone's decelerating at the end of the race. We're all tired, we're all fatigued, but mine is way higher than everybody else's, and that's a problem. I know it's not fitness because I could do it perfectly in practice, and that's the most frustrating thing, man, is I've been practicing so well in my 100s and 200s this year, and it just has not translated yet. Guys like Kyrie King, Kenny Bednarik, I've been training those guys all year long, man, and I've been keeping up with them or beating them consistently. Kenny obviously ran sub 20 there, running 19.7, getting on the podium. I feel like I had everything in my capabilities to do that same thing, and I still got the rest of the season. I'm heading overseas again. I got 4 more races and 300s, 3 and 200s, more opportunities to show what I could do and what I've done at practice, show that to the world, and hopefully set me up for next year. Positive momentum and kind of reset, recalibrate, get ready for Budapest in 2023 and look to break that curse, man. 6th, and 7th. I don't like those spots. I went backwards, whereas in the 100, I got 8th and 8th, so I stayed the same. Can't get much worse than 8th. No more last places, like I said in the 100-meter reaction video, but in the 200-meter, we got to get it done, man. We got to get it done. We got to be better. So it is what it is. I know what I have to do. I'm going to work on it. And I know I've said this before, but sometimes you just got to keep going at it. Just keep going at it, consistently going at it, and eventually you'll get your breakthrough. This is almost a spitting image of Tokyo 2020. The only difference was I was in lane 8, almost ran about the same time, but I'm looking to raise my game, man. So wait on that, wait on that. So that was my reaction to my 200-meter series at the World Athletics Championships, and that concludes all 3 races. Reacted to all of my events that I ran at the World Championships in Eugene. If you enjoyed this video, then check out this playlist of more reactions here, or this video here that YouTube recommends. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel to join me on the way to 10,000 subscribers. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.